Ever found yourself awake at night, unable to move or utter a word? Let's take a deep dive into the world of sleep and unravel the mystery of a peculiar phenomenon known as sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, at its core, is a type of sleep disorder. It's a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. It occurs when a person passes between stages of wakefulness and sleep. Imagine this: you're in a state of waking, but your body is still tucked away in a snug cocoon of slumber. You can think, you can hear, you can feel, but you can't move a muscle. It's like your mind has hit the play button, but your body is still stubbornly stuck on pause. To understand sleep paralysis better, we first need to understand the normal sleep cycle. When we drift off to sleep, our brain travels through various stages before reaching the deep restorative sleep we all crave. This journey usually begins with a light slumber, moving into a period of deep sleep, and finally entering a stage known as rapid eye movement or REM sleep. During REM sleep, our most vivid dreams occur. Our brain is active and buzzing, but here's the catch: our body is in a state of paralysis. This is completely normal and a protective measure to prevent us from physically acting out our dreams. So, when everything goes according to plan, we sleep, dream, and wake up refreshed and ready to face the day. However, in the case of sleep paralysis, there's a glitch in the system. The lines between these stages blur. You might find yourself waking up while still in the REM stage. Your mind is ready to jump into action, but your body is lagging behind, still stuck in the paralysis of REM sleep. This can result in a few minutes of wakefulness where you're unable to move or speak, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations or a sense of dread. It's a strange and sometimes terrifying experience, but it's also more common than you might think. That, my fellow night owls, is the simplified explanation of sleep paralysis. Now let's dive a little deeper and uncover the science behind sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is a fascinating and sometimes frightening phenomenon, but what causes it? To answer this, we need to understand the stages of sleep, particularly rapid eye movement or REM sleep. This is the stage of sleep where most of our dreaming occurs. Our brain is almost as active as when we're awake, but our body is completely paralyzed to prevent us from acting out our dreams. But what happens when this system goes awry? Imagine you're in the middle of REM sleep, dreaming vividly, when suddenly you're awake. Your mind is conscious, but your body is still paralyzed. You can't move or speak. This is sleep paralysis. So why does this happen? Scientists believe it's due to a disruption in the transition between different sleep stages. Normally, when we transition from REM sleep to wakefulness, our brain and body wake up together. But in sleep paralysis, your brain wakes up while your body is still in the REM-induced paralysis. It's like your brain and body are out of sync. But what's responsible for this paralysis during REM sleep? It's all about neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that transmit signals across the brain. During REM sleep, two neurotransmitters, glycine and GABA, inhibit motor neurons, effectively paralyzing the muscles. This is a safety mechanism to prevent us from acting out our dreams. However, during sleep paralysis, this mechanism continues even after you've woken up. In addition to this, the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and emotional responses, is hyperactive. That's why many people experience intense fear and even hallucinations during sleep paralysis. This intricate dance between the brain and body, between neurotransmitters and neurons, is what leads to the bizarre experience of sleep paralysis. So the next time you're frozen in your bed, remember, it's just your brain and body out of sync. With such an eerie experience, it's no surprise that sleep paralysis has its fair share of myths. Now let's dive into the world of sleep paralysis myths and shine a light on the truth. First up, the myth that sleep paralysis is an omen of impending doom. While it might feel like a nightmare coming to life, sleep paralysis is not a harbinger of misfortune. It's simply a hiccup in your sleep-wake cycle, a moment when your mind wakes up before your body gets the memo. No doom, no gloom, just a bit of a brain-body disconnect. Next, we have the ghost myth. Many people who experience sleep paralysis report feeling a presence in the room, leading to beliefs of supernatural encounters. But rest easy, there's no need to call the Ghostbusters yet. This sensation is actually due to a hyperactive mind during sleep paralysis. Your brain is essentially in overdrive, making you hyper-aware of your surroundings and leading to the feeling of a presence. Then there's the alien abduction myth. Yes, it's a real thing. Some people believe their experience of sleep paralysis is evidence of extraterrestrial encounters, but again, this is your brain playing tricks on you. The intense fear and vivid hallucinations that accompany sleep paralysis can make it feel incredibly real, but it's all a dream. No need to phone home. Lastly, the myth that sleep paralysis is a rare phenomenon. In reality, up to 50% of people will experience sleep paralysis at least once in their lifetime. It's a common natural occurrence, albeit a scary one. Busting these myths is important because fear and misunderstanding can often exacerbate the experience. Understanding what sleep paralysis is, and more importantly, what it isn't, can help alleviate some of the fear surrounding it. It's not an omen, ghost, or alien abduction, but a natural, albeit scary, sleep phenomenon. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know, the less you fear. Now that we've busted some myths, let's dive into some real sleep paralysis experiences. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, completely unable to move. You see a shadowy figure approaching, but you can't react. This is the reality for many who experience sleep paralysis, like Mary. One night, Mary awoke to find herself paralyzed, with a tall figure standing at the foot of her bed. She tried to scream, but found she couldn't. After what felt like an eternity, the figure disappeared, and she was finally able to move again. Now let's travel halfway across the globe to meet Raj. During one of his episodes, Raj found himself lying on his bed, unable to move. He felt an intense pressure on his chest, as if someone or something was sitting on it. He could hear whispers in his ear but couldn't make out the words. The whispers grew louder until they were deafening, and then suddenly they stopped. He could move again. Then there's Lucy, who has experienced sleep paralysis since she was a teenager. She often sees a small, shadowy creature crawling up her bed towards her. She tries to scream, to move, to do anything to make it stop, but she's frozen in place. Each time the creature disappears just before it reaches her, and she's left shaking and terrified. These are just a few examples of the unique and often terrifying experiences of those who have sleep paralysis. Each person's experience is different, reflecting their unique fears and anxieties. Some see figures, others hear sounds or feel sensations. Some episodes last for a few seconds, while others seem to drag on forever. Sleep paralysis can be a terrifying experience, but it's also a fascinating one. It's a glimpse into the power of our minds, showing us how our fears can manifest when we're at our most vulnerable. It's a reminder that even in sleep, our brains are active, creating scenarios that feel as real as anything we experience when awake. These stories show that while sleep paralysis can be a terrifying experience, it's also a fascinating one. So, what can trigger these episodes of sleep paralysis? Well, there are a number of factors that can lead to these unnerving experiences. First off, irregular sleep schedules. Our bodies crave consistency, and when we throw off our sleep patterns, it can cause our brains to get a little confused, leading to instances of sleep paralysis. Next up is sleep deprivation. Just like how your body doesn't function well when it's hungry, it also struggles when it's not getting enough sleep. This can put you at a higher risk of experiencing sleep paralysis. Stress is another major trigger. When we're stressed, our bodies are on high alert, and this can interfere with normal sleep cycles, potentially leading to sleep paralysis. Finally, certain medications, especially those related to mental health, can also trigger sleep paralysis. It's always important to discuss potential side effects with your doctor when starting a new medication. Understanding these triggers can help manage and even prevent sleep paralysis. We've journeyed through the nightmarish world of sleep paralysis, but remember, it's not as scary as it seems. We've delved into the scientific intricacies, understanding that it's simply a case of your brain and body not being in sync during the transition between sleep and wakefulness. We've debunked the myths, confirming that sleep paralysis is not a supernatural occurrence, but a common phenomenon experienced by many people around the globe. We've shared true stories, giving a voice to those who have experienced this phenomenon, and showing that it's nothing to be ashamed of. We've also explored potential triggers, from irregular sleep schedules to stress and certain medications. Armed with this knowledge, you're now equipped to better understand and navigate the world of sleep paralysis. So next time you wake up unable to move, remember, it's just your brain taking a little longer to wake up. Sweet dreams. Did you find this journey through the world of sleep paralysis enlightening? If you did, show your appreciation by giving us a thumbs up. Your likes help us understand what content you enjoy and find useful. Ever experienced sleep paralysis or curious about any other sleep-related phenomena? Share your experiences, thoughts, or questions in the comments. We're all here to learn and grow together in understanding these fascinating aspects of our sleep life. And remember, there's a whole universe of knowledge we're eager to explore with you. So, don't miss out on our upcoming deep dives into the mysteries of the human mind and body. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this enlightening journey. Remember, your engagement helps us create more content like this. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Together, let's unravel the mysteries of the human experience.